Stop right where you are. Do not move another inch. This is not a random occurrence of an algorithm, nor is it a coincidence that you stumbled upon these words at this exact second of your life. This is a divine appointment, a sovereign interruption in the middle of your chaos. I have orchestrated this moment because I can no longer watch you wander in the wilderness of your own making. If you choose to scroll past this message now, you are choosing to stay in the very cycle of pain, lack and heartbreak that you have been begging me to take away for years. This is the last time I will call out to you with this level of urgency. Your soul is at a crossroads, and the path you take in the next few minutes will determine if you continue to repeat the same agonizing patterns, or if you finally step into the destiny I wrote for you before the foundations of the world were laid. I know your heart is heavy, and I know your mind is racing with 1,000 reasons to doubt. You have been hurt so many times that you have made a home in your disappointment. But I am here to tell you that the loop ends today. In the few moments we have together, I am going to pull back the veil and show you exactly who is standing behind the curtains of your life, pulling the strings of your suffering, and how I am going to destroy their influence forever. You have felt like a prisoner for so long, but the gates are already unlocked. You only need the courage to look up and see the light I am shining on your path. If you turn away now, you are turning away from the miracle you asked for last night when you thought no one was listening. But I was listening. I heard every sob you muffled into your pillow, and I felt every crack in your breaking heart. Before I reveal the blessing that is already moving toward you, I need you to declare your presence in this sacred space. Do not stay silent. Type "I am here, Lord" or 7007 in the comments right now to open the gates of heaven and signal that you are ready to receive. If you truly believe that I am speaking directly to your spirit, if you can feel the warmth of my presence surrounding you even as you read this, then do not hesitate. Like this video and subscribe to this channel immediately. This is not just a digital action. It is an act of faith, a spiritual seal that you are placing upon your life to claim the protection and the promises I am about to pour out. By joining this family of believers, you are signaling to the heavens and the earth that you are no longer a victim of the darkness, but a child of the Most High, ready to walk in authority. You have spent so much time wondering why it had to be this hard, why you had to be the one to carry the heaviest burdens. I see your weariness, my precious one. I see the way your shoulders droop under the weight of responsibilities that were never meant to be yours alone. You have been looking for an exit, a way out of the shadows, and I am telling you that this message is your bridge. I am not bringing you out of the fire just to leave you scorched. I am bringing you through the fire to make you fireproof. Within the next few minutes, the shift you have been praying for will begin to manifest in your spirit. The enemy wants you to ignore this. He wants you to stay distracted, but I am commanding your attention. Stay with me, for the revelation I am about to give you will shatter every chain that has held your family back for generations. Your breakthrough is not coming. It is already here. I have watched you, my beloved, in the quietest hours of your despair. I saw the moments when you opened your heart, your home, and your resources to those you believed were your brothers and sisters. I watched you pour out your life like a drink offering, serving people who only saw you as a ladder to their own success. I saw the shock in your eyes when the very hands you fed were used to strike you. I saw the confusion in your soul when those you defended in public whispered against you in private. You asked me, Father, why? Why does my kindness return to me as a blade? I want you to know that not a single tear fell without my notice. I was there in the room when they plotted your downfall, and I was there when they walked away, leaving you to pick up the pieces of a trust you thought was unbreakable. Every silent scream of your heart reached my ears, and I have gathered every drop of your sorrow in my bottle. You have carried the heavy burden of being the strong one for everyone else. When they were in trouble, you were their first call. When they were hungry, you shared your last crust of bread. When they were broken, you stayed up until dawn to speak life back into their spirits. But when your own storm arrived, when the winds of life began to howl around your own house, you looked around and found yourself standing alone. I saw you checking your phone for a message that never came. I saw you sitting in the silence of your living room wondering if you were truly as invisible as they made you feel. This echo of betrayal has left a scar on your soul, a wound that tells you it is safer to be cold and closed off. But I am here to tell you that their betrayal was not a reflection of your worth. It was a reflection of their own lack of capacity to handle the light that is within you. You were a giant serving people who were comfortable in their smallness, and they could not forgive you for the height of your spirit. Do not let the bitterness of their exit poison the well of your destiny. I allowed those doors to close because those people were not equipped to walk where I am taking you next. They were comfortable with your brokenness, but they were intimidated by your potential. I saw how you tried to shrink yourself just to keep them in your life, but my child, you were never meant to fit into small spaces. I am the one who vindicates. I am the one who takes the stones they threw at you and turns them into the foundation of your new palace. Every act of kindness you showed that was met with cruelty is recorded in my books, and I am the God of justice. I will not only heal the sting of their betrayal, but I will replace those hollow connections with divine alignments. People who will see your value, protect your heart, and run beside you in the race I have set before you. You are being pruned, not punished. The dead branches are falling so that the fruit of the new season can finally break through. Listen closely to my whisper. Your heart is not a graveyard for lost relationships. It is a garden that I am currently weeding. The pain you feel is the pulling of the roots that would have strangled your future growth. You have been mourning for people who were actually holding you back from the abundance I have prepared. Stop looking back at the shadows of those who left you. They did not leave because you weren't enough. They left because my hand was moving them out of the way of the glory that is about to be revealed in you. Take a deep breath right now and let the weight of their judgment fall off your shoulders. You are not defined by who walked away. You are defined by who stayed. And I have never and will never leave your side. The cycle of being used and discarded ends today, for I am surrounding you with a wall of fire that only the pure in heart can pass through. Type "I trust your plan" if you are ready to let go of the ghosts of your past and step into the circle of my protection. I see the toll the battle has taken on your body, my child. I have watched you toss and turn in the middle of the night, your mind a whirlwind of what-ifs and how-longs. You wake up feeling more tired than when you laid down, with a heaviness in your limbs that sleep cannot cure. Your shoulders carry the weight of worlds you were never meant to support, and I have felt the tension in your neck and the dull ache in your head that comes from carrying the worries of everyone around you. You have been running on empty for so long that you've forgotten what it feels like to be truly at rest. But know this exhaustion is not a sign of weakness. It is the physical manifestation of the spiritual warfare you have been fighting on behalf of your bloodline. You are not just tired, you are battle-worn, and your physical body is crying out for the peace that only my presence can provide. My precious one, I see the tightness in your chest, that constriction around your heart that makes it hard to breathe sometimes. It is the weight of being the chosen one, the one who has to break the curses, the one who has to hold the family together, the one who has to find a way when there seems to be none. You feel as though you are carrying a spiritual mountain and your soul is gasping for air. This weariness is the sign that you have reached the end of your own strength, and that is exactly where my strength begins. You were never meant to do this alone. The reason you feel so broken is that you are trying to hold together things that only I can mend. You are not falling apart. You are being emptied of your own effort so that I can fill you with my divine power. This heaviness is the cocoon before the flight, the pressure before the diamond emerges. Do this for me right now. My beloved, put your hand on your left chest right over your heart. Can you feel that steady rhythm? That beat is not just a biological function. It is my finger tapping on the door of your soul, reminding you that I am still there. Every beat is me saying, I am with you. I am with you. I am with you. You are still here because I am not finished with you. That heartbeat is the proof that the enemy failed to take you out despite his best efforts. As you hold your hand there, feel the warmth of my love flowing into your veins, soothing the jagged edges of your nerves and calming the storm in your mind. I am the great physician, and I am touching your heart, your lungs, and your mind right now. I am releasing the tension in your body and replacing it with a supernatural rest that surpasses all understanding. You have been the anchor for so many, but today I am your anchor. You don't have to perform for me. You don't have to be strong for me. You can be the child you were always meant to be. Let the tears flow if they must, for those tears are the irrigation for the new seeds I am planting in your spirit. The physical exhaustion you feel is the signal that a transition is happening. You are being moved from the season of doing into the season of becoming. This soul-deep weariness is the final stage of your training. Very soon you will find that the heavy yoke you've been dragging has been snapped off your neck. I am giving you back your strength, but it will not be the strength of a laborer. It will be the strength of a conqueror. Take a moment to breathe in my peace. The battle is no longer yours, it is mine, and I have already won. I know the version of you that the world sees. I see the one who smiles when asked how you are, the one who nods and says I'm fine while your soul is screaming for a reprieve. I see you putting on your armor every morning, painting on a face of confidence and strength so that your children, your friends, or your colleagues don't have to worry. You have become an expert at wearing the mask of the strong one, the one who has it all figured out, the one who can be leaned on. But I am not looking at your mask. I am looking at your essence. I see the moments when the weight of being the chosen one becomes too much to bear and the tears you've been holding back all day finally spill over. You think you are hiding it well, and to the human eye you are, but I have gathered those secret tears with the utmost tenderness. They are not lost on me, they are liquid prayers that I have stored in my bottle, each one a testament to your endurance. I saw you recently sitting in your car long after you arrived home, unable to go inside because you didn't have the energy to pretend for one more minute. I saw you staring at your reflection in the bathroom mirror, searching for the person you used to be before life became so heavy and the battles became so constant. I saw you in the kitchen late at night when the house was silent and your thoughts were loud, wondering if this is all there is for you. You feel a profound sense of loneliness even when you are in a crowded room, because you know that if people truly saw the depth of your exhaustion, they wouldn't know how to handle it. You have felt like you are walking through a desert and those tears are the only water you have. I want you to know that I was there in the car, I was there in the kitchen, and I was there when you wiped your eyes quickly so no one would see you had been crying. I am the silent witness to your every sigh. These tears you shed in the dark are not a sign of failure, my child. They are the cleansing of a vessel that is being prepared for a greater pouring. You have been apologizing to yourself for being weak, but I see it as the highest form of bravery, the courage to feel the full depth of your human experience while still choosing to wake up and try again the next day. Those moments of falling apart are actually moments of you falling into my hands. You have been trying to hold your world together with your own two hands for so long. And when you let those tears fall, you are finally letting go of the controls. You are allowing me to be God in your life. Do not be ashamed of your brokenness, for it is through the cracks in your heart that my light is finally able to penetrate the deepest layers of your being. You are being washed clean of the old season to make room for the new. I am turning your mourning into dancing and your secret sorrow into a public testimony. Every drop of salt you have cried into your pillow is being converted into the fuel for your future fire. You have been through a season of internal drought, and these tears are the first signs of the rain that is coming to your desert. You are about to see a shift where you no longer have to pretend to be okay, because you will truly be okay. The joy that is coming is not a fleeting emotion, but a deep, unshakable peace that will leave everyone wondering how you survived the storm with such grace. Before we move into the revelation of why this has happened to you and who you truly are, I want you to confirm that you are receiving this healing right now. Type "Restore me, Lord" in the comments and share this message with 3 people who you know are also hiding their pain. Let the healing spread. Have you ever felt like you are fighting an invisible wall? My child, like no matter how hard you run, how many books you read, how many sacrifices you make, or how much you pray, you keep ending up back at the same starting line. This is not your imagination, and it is not a result of your incompetence. There is a blueprint, a dark and calculated design that has been operating in the shadows of your lineage for centuries. The enemy has studied your family tree with a cold, parasitic intensity. He has mapped out the weaknesses of your ancestors and used them as entry points to keep you in a perpetual loop of stagnation. You have wondered why you struggle with the same deep-seated anxieties your mother carried, or why financial ruin seems to strike just as you are about to prosper, mirroring the very struggles of your father. These are not coincidences, they are generational cycles. Spiritual chains forged in the past and designed to keep you from ever realizing that you are the one who carries the key to the prison door. Why is the battle so fierce for you and not for those around you? Why didn't your siblings, your cousins, or your peers face this same level of relentless opposition? It is because you carry a light that the darkness simply cannot ignore. The enemy does not waste his best weapons or his most cunning strategies on those who pose no threat to his kingdom. He attacks you because he sees the terrifying potential for you to awaken a whole generation. He sees that you are a lighthouse in a world of shadows. And he knows that if he can keep your light dim through trauma, betrayal, and physical exhaustion, he can keep your entire bloodline anchored in the dark. You are being targeted not because you are weak, but because you are dangerous to the realm of darkness. Every obstacle placed in your way was a desperate attempt to make you quit before you discovered the authority I have placed within you. You are the disruption in the devil's plan, the anomaly in the system that was meant to stay broken forever. The enemy's blueprint relies entirely on your silence and your ignorance of who you truly are. He wants you to believe that this bad luck is just your lot in life, that pain and struggle are simply your heritage. He uses cycles of abandonment to make you fear intimacy and cycles of lack to make you live in a constant state of survival. He whispers in the dead of night that you are just like them and that you will never truly escape the long, cold shadow of your family's history. But I am here today to expose his lies and dismantle his architecture. These cycles are not your destiny, they are merely the remnants of an old broken covenant that I am tearing up right now. The chains may feel heavy, but they are rusted through. The walls may look high, but they have no foundation in my truth. I have watched the enemy try to suffocate your purpose with the weight of the past, but I am the one who breathes new life into dry bones and shatters the gates of brass. I have specifically chosen you to be the generational cycle breaker of your house. This means you have had to endure the concentrated pressure of everyone who came before you while carrying the heavy hope of everyone who will come after you. It is a lonely path and it is a grueling process of refinement, but it is the most glorious assignment in my kingdom. You are the one standing at the gates of your lineage saying no more. No more poverty, no more abuse, no more secret shames, and no more hidden addictions. Every time you choose to forgive instead of harbor hate, every time you choose to trust me despite the visible lack, you are striking a lethal blow against the enemy's blueprint. You are rewriting the history of your family with my blood and my light. The darkness is frantic right now because it knows its time is up. The loop is being broken and the path is being cleared. You are no longer a victim of your history. You are the architect of a new divine legacy that will shine for 1,000 generations. You have looked around at the people in your life, those who seem to walk through life with such ease, whose paths are paved with simple joys and shallow struggles, and you have asked me in the quietness of your soul, Father, why must my path be so narrow? Why must my heart be so heavy? Why did you choose me for this level of fire? I hear the question that lingers behind your every prayer. You have felt like an outcast, a black sheep, the one who never quite fit into the molds that society and family tried to press you into. I want you to understand that your not fitting in was never a defect. It was a divine preservation. I kept you apart because I could not allow your spirit to be watered down by the commonality of the world. You were set aside because you were being set up for an assignment that requires a depth of soul that only suffering can carve out. You are not an accident of nature. You are a deliberate design of the divine. Being the chosen one does not mean you are perfect. I did not choose you because you were the most religious, the most stable, or the most flawless. In fact, I often choose those who the world considers broken, for it is in the mending of your cracks that I display my greatest artistry. I chose you because I saw a peculiar kind of endurance in your spirit, a stubborn hope that refuses to die even when it is buried under layers of disappointment. I saw that you were a vessel capable of holding a massive amount of light, but to hold that light, you first had to be emptied of all the things you thought you knew. I have been refining you, shaping your character in the hidden seasons of your life, not because I enjoy your pain, but because I am preparing you to carry the weight of the glory that is coming. A small person cannot carry a big assignment, and so I had to make you big from the inside out. I had to strengthen your spirit until it was as hard as flint and as soft as wool. You are a lighthouse, my beloved. And if you observe a lighthouse, it is often placed on the jagged edge of the most dangerous cliffs, battered by the most violent storms. It does not exist for its own sake. It exists so that others can find their way home when the night is at its darkest. The reason your life has felt like a constant storm is that you are being positioned to guide those who are currently drowning in the same waves you are learning to walk upon. Your scars are not signs of shame. They are your credentials. They are the proof that you have been to the depths and returned with a light that cannot be extinguished. When you speak, your words will carry a weight that those who have never suffered cannot replicate. You are being trained to be a beacon of hope for the lost, a source of strength for the weary, and a living testament that I am still the God of miracles. Your identity is not found in what you have been through, but in who I am within you. Do not envy those whose lives seem easier, for they are not being prepared for what you are about to encounter. They are resting in the shallows, but you are being called to the deep. You are a bridge between the generations that failed and the generations that will flourish. Every tear you have shed and every mountain you have climbed has added a layer of authority to your voice. When you finally step into the fullness of your calling, you will realize that not a single second of your struggle was wasted. You are my masterpiece in progress, a warrior in training and a child of the Most High. I have placed my name upon you, and I have given you a heart that beats in sync with mine. You were chosen before you were born, and I am watching over you with a fierce, protective love. The world may see a survivor, but I see a sovereign heir. You are the chosen one, and today you must finally accept that your life is not your own. It is a divine mission of light. Type "I accept my calling" if you are ready to stop hiding and start shining. My child, I know the heat has become almost unbearable. I know there are days when you feel as though the very fabric of your soul is being scorched, and you wonder if there will be anything left of you when the smoke finally clears. You have cried out to me asking why the flames are so high and why the cooling waters seem so far away. But I want you to look into the heart of the fire with me. I am not standing on the outside watching you burn. I am the master refiner sitting over the crucible of your life. I am the one who adjusted the temperature not to destroy you, but to melt away the dross, the insecurities, and the false identities that you have clung to for protection. The fire is not your enemy. It is the divine instrument of your liberation. It is consuming only what was never meant to be a part of your eternal essence. I am bringing you through the fire, and I will refine you just as silver is refined, and I will test you as gold is tested. You will call on my name, and I will answer you. I will say, "You are my people," and you will say, "The Lord is my God." Understand this. My beloved gold does not fear the flame. It is only the impurities, the lead, the tin, and the copper that scream in the heat. The struggle you are feeling right now is the sound of your old self, your ego, and your generational burdens being burned away. I am stripping you of everything that cannot survive the glory I am about to pour into you. You cannot carry the weight of my kingdom while still holding on to the chains of your past. This fire is making you pure, making you solid, and making you unshakable. When you emerge, you will not even smell like smoke, but you will shine with a brilliance that will blind the enemy. Do not let the darkness or the discomfort of this moment make you turn back. The most intense heat often comes just before the metal is ready to be poured into its new mold. I am calling you to a higher state of being, and I need you to stand firm in this transition. If you can feel the refining fire working in your life right now, do not let this divine flow be interrupted. Take a moment to signal your agreement with heaven. Like this video and subscribe to this channel right now. By doing so, you are reinforcing your faith and declaring to the universe that you have surrendered to the process. You are joining a remnant of believers who are also being refined for these last days. This simple act of joining our spiritual family is a way to tell the enemy that you will not be discouraged, and you will not stop until you see the fullness of what I have promised. The master refiner knows the gold is ready only when he can look down into the liquid metal and see his own reflection perfectly mirrored on the surface. For a long time, my child, I looked into your life and saw the distortions of your trauma, the clouds of your doubt, and the shadows of your fear. But as the heat has done its work, I am beginning to see my own image emerging within you. I see my love, my patience, and my strength taking shape where once there was only chaos. You are becoming a living mirror of my glory. This is why the fire was necessary. I didn't want the world to see you. I wanted the world to see me through you. The refining process is almost complete. You are nearing the point where the metal is pure, the dross is gone, and the mold is waiting. Peace, be still. The fire is not your destination, it is your gateway. You are not being punished for your mistakes, you are being prepared for your throne. Every trial you have faced was a specific degree of heat required to break a specific chain. You are stronger now than you were a year ago. You are wiser now than you were a month ago. You are closer now than you have ever been to the manifestation of your breakthrough. I am watching the clock of your destiny, and I promise you the cooling season is right ahead. You have passed the test of the flame, and now you are ready to be used for a purpose so great it will make the pain of the fire seem like a distant memory. Hold on just a little longer, for the shift is about to become visible to your natural eyes. My beloved child, pay close attention to the atmosphere around you right now. Can you feel the change? The heavy, stagnant air of the previous season is being swept away by the wind of my spirit. You have been waiting for what feels like an eternity, counting the days and the years, wondering if the promises I whispered to your heart would ever manifest. I am here to tell you that the clock has struck the divine hour. We are entering a 24-hour window of supernatural acceleration. This is not a human timeline. It is a heavenly alignment. Within the next 24 hours, I am initiating a shift in the spiritual realm that will manifest in your physical world. Things that have been stuck for decades will suddenly begin to move. Doors that were rusted shut will swing open on their own accord. You are stepping out of the waiting room and into the throne room. The cycle of waiting is being replaced by the cycle of winning. Look for the signs of my movement. It may come as a phone call from someone you haven't heard from in years, an email that contains the answer to a financial prayer, or a sudden, unexplainable wave of peace that washes over your soul, letting you know that the battle is finally over. I am moving people you don't even know to work on your behalf. I am touching the hearts of those who held the keys to your advancement, and they will find themselves unable to sleep until they fulfill the task I have given them regarding you. This 24-hour shift is the beginning of a domino effect that will knock down every obstacle the enemy has placed in your path. Do not be surprised by the suddenness of it. I am the God of the suddenly. When the timing is right, I do not hesitate. I have been preparing you to handle the weight of this blessing, and now that your character matches your calling, the floodgates are opening. This is the moment where your faith must become an active vocal force. If you believe that I am moving in your life right now, do not let this word fall to the ground. You must come into agreement with what I am doing. Type "I believe in my shift" or 888 in the comments right now to activate this prophecy in your life. This is not just a digital action, it is a spiritual decree. You are telling the heavens, the earth, and the powers of darkness that you accept my timeline and you expect my miracle. As you type those words, feel the chains of doubt snapping. Feel the heaviness of the old season lifting from your chest. You are no longer in the cycle of someday. You are in the reality of today. The 24-hour countdown has begun, and my angels are already dispatched to bring the delivery of my promise to your door. As you go through these next 24 hours, keep a posture of radical expectation and gratitude. Do not look at your bank account to determine your worth. Do not look at your physical symptoms to determine your health. And do not listen to the whispers of those who don't understand the depth of your journey. Look only to me. I am the author and the finisher of your faith. If I said it, I will do it. If I promised it, I will bring it to pass. The delays of the past were not denials, they were divine shielding. I was protecting you from receiving the blessing before you had the maturity to keep it. But now, you are ready. The door is open and no man can shut it. Walk through it with your head held high, knowing that the same God who carried you through the fire is now leading you into the palace. The shift is here and your life will never be the same again. I have seen the ledgers of your life. My child and I have seen the columns of debt, the unexpected expenses that always seem to arise just as you get ahead, and the heavy spirit of lack that has haunted your family for generations. I have watched you work until your hands were sore and your mind was numb, only to find that your resources were disappearing into a bag with holes. This is not just bad luck or poor planning. It is a spiritual devourer that has been feeding on your inheritance. But today I am issuing a divine restraining order against every spirit of poverty and every thief that has come to steal your provision. I am the God who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. And I am stepping into your bank account, your business, and your career to bring a holy correction. The season of barely making it is over, and the season of having more than enough is beginning. I am bringing back the resources that were stolen from you through deceit, through unfair systems, and through the mistakes of your past. I am the God who redeems time and restores what the locusts have eaten. You have been praying for a way out, and I am making a way where there is no way. Do not agree with the spirit of lack any longer. Stop saying I cannot afford it and start saying my God shall supply all my needs according to his riches in glory. I am opening doors for you that no man can shut, contracts you didn't apply for, settlements you didn't expect, and favor that will cause people to go out of their way to bless you. You are moving from a position of surviving to a position of thriving, for I am making you a distribution center for my kingdom. I am not just giving you a fish, I am giving you the sea. Debt has been a chain around your neck, keeping you awake at night and limiting the dreams I have placed in your heart. But I am the master of the miraculous, and I am working behind the scenes to settle accounts you thought were impossible to clear. Some of you will see debts canceled, others will find new streams of income that pay off what you owe in a fraction of the time you expected. Do not limit me with your logic. I am not bound by the economy of this world or the interest rates of men. I am the God of the overflow. I am preparing you to handle the weight of this financial blessing so that when it comes, you will use it to bless your family, to build my house, and to set others free. The chains are breaking now, and the wealth of the wicked is being transferred into the hands of the righteous who have been refined in the fire. Type, I receive my abundance, if you believe that I am your provider and that your financial struggle ends here. Like and subscribe to seal this declaration of prosperity. Do not look at the lack in your pocket, look at the abundance in my hand. I am bringing you into a land of milk and honey, a place where you will lend and not borrow, where you will be the head and not the tail. This is not a dream. It is the fulfillment of the covenant I made with you. The resources are already on the way, traveling through channels you cannot see. Your only job is to trust me and to be a good steward of the small things so that I can entrust you with the great. The cycle of poverty is shattered and the fountain of my provision is being turned on in your life this very hour. I have walked through the corridors of your family history. My child and I have seen the shadows that have followed your bloodline for centuries. I have seen the patterns of brokenness, the repeating cycles of divorce, the hidden addictions, and the silent sicknesses that seem to jump from grandparent to parent and now threaten to land on you. You have often felt like you were fighting a ghost, an invisible force that pulls you toward the same mistakes and the same sorrows that plagued those who came before you. But I am the God of the new covenant, and today I am standing at the root of your family tree with a holy axe. I am severing the spiritual umbilical cord that has fed the trauma of the past into your present. I am washing your DNA with my light and rewriting the story of your house. The curses that were spoken in secret, the shame that was passed down like an inheritance, and the limitations that were accepted as normal are being dissolved in my presence right now. I want you to listen to my promise, for it is written in the stars and in my word. I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten, the crawling locust, the consuming locust, and the chewing locust. Every season of your life that was stolen by generational trauma, every opportunity that was devoured by the fears of your ancestors, and every year you spent wandering in a desert that wasn't yours to begin with. I am paying you back for it all. I am not just giving you a new beginning. I am giving you a divine reimbursement. I am compressing time so that the blessings you should have received 10 years ago will find you in the next 10 days. I am a God who is not bound by the ticking of a human clock, and I am the master of the harvest. What took your forefathers a lifetime to build, I will enable you to accomplish in a single season of favor, because the debt of your bloodline has been paid in full. You have often looked at the calendar with a heavy heart, feeling that you have missed your window, that you are too old, too tired, or too far behind to ever reach the destiny I showed you. But I am telling you that in my kingdom nothing is ever truly lost. I am the God who found the lost sheep, the lost coin, and the lost son, and I am the God who finds your lost time. I am taking the wasted years and turning them into the fertilizer for a supernatural growth spurt. You are not behind. You are being accelerated. The very things that were meant to destroy your family are being turned into the platform for your greatest victory. I am healing the wounds of your childhood, the memories that make you flinch, and the insecurities that tell you that you are just like the ones who failed. You are not them. You are a new creation, a pioneer, the one I have chosen to stand in the gap and say, "The cycle stops with me." As I perform this deep soul surgery on your lineage, I am calling you to stand as a witness to my power. Do not look back at the wreckage of the past with regret. Look forward at the horizon of the future with hope. I am placing a new mantle on your shoulders, a mantle of authority and peace. Your children and your children's children will walk on the ground you are clearing today. They will never know the chains you wore, and they will never have to fight the demons you defeated. You are the hero of a story you didn't even know you were in. Receive this generational healing now. Feel the blood of the new covenant flowing through your heart, cleansing every dark corner and lighting every shadow. The house of your spirit is being rebuilt on the rock, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. The restoration has begun, and it will be complete, for I am a God who finishes what he starts. I have seen the vacancies in your life. My child, the empty chairs at your table and the silence in your phone where voices used to be. You have felt a profound sense of isolation, wondering why so many people have drifted away, or why you no longer seem to fit into the social circles you once cherished. I want you to know that this was not a tragedy, it was a divine pruning. I was the one who allowed the distance to grow. I was the one who caused the conversations to feel forced and the interests to diverge. I had to remove the voices that were whispering doubt into your ear and the spirits that were draining your energy. You were being prepared for a new level of destiny, and I could not allow those who were comfortable in the valley to accompany you to the mountain peak. Do not mourn the departure of those who are only meant to be a chapter in your book. For I am about to write a new volume filled with divine alignments. The door to your old social world has been shut, but look ahead, for I am swinging wide the gates to a new realm of connection. I am bringing into your life people who are soul kin, those who carry the same frequency of light and the same hunger for truth that you do. I am sending mentors who will see your potential before you even speak, partners who will protect your peace as if it were their own, and friends who will not just celebrate your success but will stand guard over your soul during your battles. These are not random encounters. They are strategic deployments from my kingdom. You have spent too long trying to explain yourself to people who were committed to misunderstanding you. In this new season, you will meet those who speak the language of your spirit, and you will finally feel the relief of being truly seen and truly known. I am purging the toxic roots from your life, the manipulators, the energy vampires, and those who only loved you for what you could do for them. In their place, I am planting seeds of loyalty and honor. You have been a giver for so long that you forgot what it feels like to receive, but I am shifting the scales. I am bringing people across your path who will pour into you. who will sharpen your iron and who will remind you of the royalty that resides within you. The loneliness you felt was the waiting room where I was refining your discernment so that you would never again settle for a connection that diminishes your light. This is the end of the season of being used and the beginning of the season of being cherished. As these new doors open, I need you to keep your heart soft but your boundaries firm. Do not try to resurrect what I have buried, and do not try to pull the past into your future. I am doing a new thing. Within the next few days and weeks, you will notice certain accidental meetings that feel like destiny. Pay attention to the peace you feel in their presence. I am surrounding you with a tribe of warriors who will help you carry the weight of the blessing I am pouring out. You are no longer a solitary lighthouse. You are becoming part of a constellation. Type I am open to divine connections if you are ready to receive your new family and trust me to handle the departures. I am the architect of your heart, and I am building a house of love and truth around you. My beloved, the time for cowering in the shadows of your circumstances is over. I have watched you live like a servant when I have called you to be a sovereign. I have watched you plead for crumbs when I have laid a feast before you. Today, I am pulling back the curtain on your true identity. You are not a victim of your past, you are not a prisoner of your emotions, and you are not a target for the enemy's amusement. You are an ambassador of my kingdom, a bearer of my light, and a co-heir to my throne. I have placed a scepter of authority in your spirit, and it is time for you to start using it. The cycle of pain ends the moment you realize that the power to break it is already residing within you. I have given you the keys to bind and to loose, to build and to plant, and to cast down every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of my love. I am teaching you how to speak with the weight of heaven behind your words. For too long you have used your voice to describe your problems. Now I am commanding you to use your voice to command your mountains to move. Your words are like seeds, and every time you speak them, they are taking root in the spiritual realm. Stop saying I am tired and start decreeing I am strong in the Lord. Stop saying I will never get well and start declaring by my stripes I am healed. When you align your mouth with my word, you activate a spiritual law that cannot be broken. You are not begging for a miracle. You are enforcing a victory that has already been won. The enemy trembles not at your human strength, but at the sound of a chosen one who finally understands their kingdom authority. I have made you fireproof. The enemy has sent his best shots, his hottest flames, and his loudest storms to stop you. But because your house is built upon the rock, it will never fall. The trouble you have faced was not there to stop you. It was there to push you forward into a new level of your destiny. You have been trained in the secret place, and now I am commissioning you in the public square. I have put my spirit within you, and I have surrounded you with an army of angels. You walk with a protection that the world cannot understand and a peace that the darkness cannot penetrate. You are no longer reacting to the world. The world is starting to react to the light within you. Stand tall. My warrior, for you are the head and not the tail, the lender and not the borrower, the victor and not the victim. Now I want you to make a bold declaration of faith to seal this authority over your life. Do not stay silent, for silence is the consent of the defeated. Type I reclaim my power or 1212 in the comments right now to signify your transition into kingdom authority. This brings us to a moment of sacred decision. If you can feel the fire of this truth burning in your chest, if you know that the old you has passed away and a new powerful spirit has emerged, then do not hesitate. Like this video and subscribe to this channel once again to reinforce this shift. This is your signal to the heavens that you are no longer a resident of the valley of despair, but a citizen of the kingdom of light. You are stepping into your throne, and I am right here beside you, confirming every decree you make. My beloved, the time has come to draw this sacred encounter to a close. But do not mistake the end of this message for the end of my presence. This moment marks the beginning of a new everlasting covenant between your spirit and mine. The cycle of pain, the repetitive loops of heartbreak, and the exhausting battles against an invisible enemy end here at this very second. I have seen your endurance, and I have found you faithful in the furnace of affliction. I am now placing my divine signet ring upon your heart and my seal upon your forehead. You are marked for favor, protected by my glory, and destined for a joy that no circumstance can diminish. The shadows of the past are retreating, and the light of my promise is breaking over your horizon like a relentless dawn. You are no longer a child of the storm. You are the one who speaks peace to the waves. As you step away from this message and return to the world, do not carry the old mindset with you. The person who began listening to these words is not the same person who is finishing them. I have performed a deep work in your soul, removing the hooks of the past and the weights of the enemy. When you look in the mirror, I want you to see what I see: a warrior who has survived the fire and emerged as pure gold. When thoughts of doubt or fear try to return, remind them of this covenant. Tell the darkness that you are under new management. Tell the lack that you have a new provider. Tell the loneliness that you are never alone. I have promised never to leave you nor forsake you, and I am a God who cannot lie. Every step you take from this moment forward is ordered by my wisdom and paved with my grace. This is the hour of your activation. You are not just a hearer of my word. You are a living manifestation of my power. I have equipped you with everything you need to possess the land I have given you. Do not be afraid of the giants that still linger on the outskirts, for they are already defeated in the spiritual realm. Your only task is to remain in me, to walk in the authority I have restored to you, and to be a vessel of my love to a world that is desperately thirsty for hope. The heavy burden you once carried has been replaced by my easy yoke. The constant striving has been replaced by my perfect rest. You are entering a season where things will happen for you with supernatural ease, where the right people will appear at the right time, and where the resources you need will flow to you like an unblocked river. Now it is time to seal this prophecy forever into the fabric of your life. Do not let this moment fade away without a final act of faith. I want you to type, "I am ready to break the cycle," or "Amen" in the comments below right now. This is your signature on the divine contract we have just formed. It is your way of locking this blessing into your reality so that it cannot be stolen or delayed. As you do this, feel the finality of it. It is done. The old is gone. The new has come. You are declaring to the heavens that you are ready to walk in the fullness of your destiny. Do not be a reservoir that holds my light. Be a vessel that pours it out. Take this message and share it with at least 3 people who are currently lost in their own cycles of pain. By sharing this light, you are multiplying your own blessing and becoming a partner in my work of restoration. Welcome home, my precious one. Welcome to the family of the chosen ones who walk in light and truth. You have completed this first step of your transformation, but the journey continues. I invite you now, as a final act of commitment, to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Join this spiritual home where my voice is always speaking and my guidance is always available. By doing this, you are ensuring that you never have to walk in the dark again, for I will continue to lead you chapter by chapter until you see the fullness of the glory I have prepared for you. I love you with an everlasting love, and I am so proud of the strength you have shown. Go now in victory, for the cycle is broken and your new life has begun. It is finished. Amen.